Manchester. Can you take us through the timing of your decision to enroll early, and what did you have to do academically to graduate early?
Well, my high school last year had tried to allow early graduates to be able to graduate early for things not just like this, but there's some people that just want to, if they have their credits, they just want to get on with their life and go start whatever is next. And so they kind of had a way for it to play out in order already, and they just had never went through with it because a lot of people don't typically ask to do so. So my principal and one of our guidance counselors were really helpful, and they just kind of I had to appeal it. I had to send in why I wanted to do so. And first I obviously, me and my family had to make the decision to go. But once we did that, we had to send in and ask basically an appeal to why I should be able to leave early and what I'm going to be doing and why my parents support it. And then I personally did not have to do anything else academically because I have already completed all my classes to graduate. And this upcoming semester, I was going to do 4 blocks of work study. So I basically would have just been working with, it's not necessarily working, but doing an internship. So I did not have to do anything academically because I was done with high school. But there are it was just kind of a more of an appeal to why they should let me.
Thank you.
Saylor, Leaf Cream here with WDVM. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Frederick County is supposed to start winter sports here in Maryland starting Wednesday, I believe. Have you had a chance to talk with your mom and any of the girls from Middletown about the season ahead and how different it's going to be with you not playing with them?
Well, I talked to my mom. I talk to my mom about it all the time, but I talked to one of my best friends on the team, and she is I FaceTimed them at practice, and they were just they've all been so supportive to me that it's been really nice. But I don't think they personally have not said anything, but Caitlin, my friend on the team, she has said stuff. But I think that it's just such a weird year that they'll be fine.
Roger Cleveland from the Waterbury Republican American. You've mentioned being overwhelmed a few times. Have there been things that have really surprised you in a good way, a cool way, things that you've really embraced and enjoyed so far?
Definitely, even though all the basketball stuff, just the relationships of the girls have really kind of affected me just because they're all they don't have to go out of their way and help me. And they don't have to go out of their way to I'm going to be their teammate, but they don't have to go out of their way to make sure that I'm comfortable in this position. This was something I had to do. And I just think that watching them interact and then it's really exciting for me to be able to look forward to joining a team like that. The way that they interact, the way they care about each other. Yesterday it was snowing all day, and all of them just got up and helped me move into my room. And that's the biggest thing, just from a standpoint of them as people. But on the basketball court, I've just been embracing the opportunity to learn from the older girls, Avina especially, and Kristen and Olivia, the upperclassmen. They just I just have to watch them, and kind of their actions speak for themselves. And I think that that's just the biggest thing out of the opportunity that I've been given this year is just a learning experience and being able to watch the upperclassmen do stuff and learn from them. They are the older ones, the better ones. They've been here. They've been coached by these coaches for years, and they kind of understand what I don't. And so I think that that's really big for me to embrace, is just the learning aspect.
You said you just moved into your room yesterday. Where had you been living up until then?
I was in a quarantine dorm in Hilltop, just another dorm complex.
Can you just talk about the experience of playing in the game the other night and having Paige tell you before you even went in, you know what, go out there, shoot the ball every time I give it to you. How comforting that was.
I was definitely really nervous, but I was kind of glad to just get it over with. Like, I don't know, everyone's first game, like they go in, they're like, oh my gosh. So I was glad to get it over with, but I don't know, Paige is just like a really good teammate. And I think that was like, I've known that, but it was kind of like cool to just heard like, be like, you know what, like, I know you're nervous, but just shoot every shot you get. Like, don't hesitate, because I mean, I was very nervous. So it's really nice to know that, like, those are my teammates and like the people that I'm going to spend 3 or 4 years with. So.
It sounds like you don't have expectations for this season other than to learn. Has Coach talked to you in that way and told you, you know what, just get ready for next year? Or do you believe that you can come in and make a few shots here and there for the team when they might need it this year?
He kind of just told me to, in practice, so be the best defensive player I can and to rebound it the best I can and just take open shots when I have the opportunity to. But I mean, I think like where I'm at, me hustling and like playing hard, playing good defense and focusing on those things will get me where I need to be. But I think at the same time, like, I'm coming in the middle, almost coming into February, and we're going to be on the road for 90% of February, and then we go to March, and who knows what's in March. And I think that it's hard for him to sit here and say, like, you're going to do something. Like, because, I mean, he's in, like, a very important part of the season. All of them are. And I just kind of came in and, like, I'm still trying to learn the plays. I'm still trying to learn the offense. Like, I mean, today was, like, my 5th practice. And so I think that that's, like, his thing. He pulled me aside and was just saying, like, just make sure that you work, like, you control what you can control, how hard you play defense and, like, how hard you rebound.
Saylor, Carl Adamek again. 2-part question, if you don't mind. You've played in championship game USA basketball. Where would the nerve-wracking level be for how you felt on Sunday? And the second part question is, it's only been a week, but who's harder to play for, Coach Oriema or your mom?
With the nerve-wracking with USA basketball, I think it's a lot different. USA was just kind of like that's my age group. That's like I'm expected to go in there and do what I like do best. Like I'm expected to do that here, but I think on the back, like with USA, like I'm representing my country, and it definitely is like that feeling of like, oh my gosh, like this, it's like what, like 12 people out of all those. So that was like more of like that kind of nerve of like being the only one of 12. But here it's different because it's like UConn basketball, like everyone watches UConn, everyone has this expectation of UConn. And I think that was what I was nervous for, is like going in there and like, I was like, oh my gosh, like I've been 4 practices in, and like, I honestly didn't really know what to, like I was just nervous, and I was like, I'm coming in and getting on the court, and I was like, it's weird because it's something I like would have never thought and I would be doing this soon. But definitely playing for Gino is hard. Not harder. I think it's just different. Like playing for my mom, like my mom and I kind of like knew each other, and it was difficult playing for her just because like obviously she's going to challenge me, but coming here, it's like a completely different coaching style. And I think that is like, it's not hard and it's not negative because I love, like, that's why I came here, but I think it's definitely harder to play for Gino.
Thank you.
Saylor, how much do you think this year can help you just get ready for next season and allow you to just, you know, get on the ground running next year when you come in?
I definitely think it's going to be really like beneficial to me, because I think a lot of like what it is when you come here, you have to like learn your role, learn how to practice every day, learn how to go hard in every drill, learn how, like learning all those things while still doing what you do best. And I think that that's what takes players like a little bit to get in their role is like when you get here, you have to learn their coaching style, what they're going to put up with, what they're not going to put up with while learning everything else. And I think with this year, it's just like allowing me the time to learn it all. But like I said, not really having an expectation of you have to go in this game and play your best. Like they're not expecting me to come in and do that. I mean, they're not expecting me to go in the game in the first quarter and know all these plays and like hit person A and B.
Saylor, I'm sorry if you've been asked this already, but when you first got here and you got a quarantine, you're at a new place, you don't know many people, just how hard was that?
It
hard
was
enough for those of us who had to do it with family and close by with friends, but how hard was that for you?
It was definitely hard because I had to I had to say bye to my family. And then when I say bye to my family, like I'm alone. And it was definitely hard. But after I was my third day, I technically became my own pod. So I could work out. And that was like probably the best thing for me was being able to still work out and do stuff, because when I was just in my room for like those 3 days and not doing anything, it was really like hard just because I wasn't tired. So I was just sitting there. I was sad because like I'm in a completely different environment. I'm with all new people. Like, not that I'm not comfortable, but like I'm not comfortable because I don't know like what's going on. Like everyone's comfortable at home. And so like when you get out of your comfort zone, it was just like a little hard, but it definitely was, it got easy quick.
How much did technology help you being able to FaceTime and do, that those types of things?
Definitely a ton. Like, I don't even think it's like hit me that I'm gone, because I feel like I talk to my parents all the time. I'm like, sometimes I'm like, all right, I gotta go.
Saylor, how helpful has it been to have 6 other freshmen to guide you through all these things? And I know Avina at one point told us that she was expecting the other freshmen to kind of be able to show you the ropes, because even freshmen, they understand how things work now, being most like 6-7 months into their experience. But how have they kind of helped shown you how things operate at stores?
They've definitely been really helpful, and just with experiences and practices, like if I mess up or something after practice, I'll be like, oh my God, don't worry. Like I did that 6 months ago. I did this, I did that. And they just have been like super just like supportive, like in just everything, like cheering me on, or like just through drills, talking to me, like talking me through them. And they've definitely been really helpful and like just really supportive.
Saylor, sorry if you've heard this question before, but question for you. What can UConn Nation expect from you, your game? What can you bring to stores that maybe all the fans don't know about?
Definitely. I mean, I feel like people always think I'm just like a shooter, but I feel like my strong suits are like shooting, passing, and like rebounding. So I think that, but I also think just being like a big guard will be helpful. And I think that being able to like for me, can shoot the ball well. I can like do a mid-range jumper. I can guard a bunch of positions. And I think that that's like going to be a big thing, is just like coming in, being like a taller guard and having the advantage on like a lot of shorter guards to go in the post or come out and like be able to shoot or drop or like post somebody up.
Thank you.
Is there anybody you pattern your game after, Saylor, like growing up, like, hey, I want to be like her. Is there anybody in particular you think of?
I've always wanted to be like Maya Moore. I've bought her jerseys for years, and I've always wanted to come to UConn, so that's kind of how it started. But yeah.
What was it about her game that made you want to be like her?
I just felt like she did everything. Like it didn't really matter what like was going on in the game. She could shoot the ball. She was driving the ball. She was like always the most aggressive defensive player. Like she was all over the floor doing everything. I just felt like she was just like the person back then, and I like would gravitate towards her, and I just felt like she was just a really good role model.
Saylor, how long have you been a UConn fan? or started following UConn, I should say, on your radar? Not just from a recruiting standpoint, but just saying, hey, these guys are pretty good.
Probably since I've been able to watch basketball. I've always wanted to come here, and I've always watched them and supported them.
How big's your family?
I have 4 brothers, and so I'm one of only girl.
Are you older or younger, or somewhere in the middle?
An older brother and 3 younger brothers.
Okay. Do you play basketball with them when you're home, and do they get nuts? How competitive is it?
Really competitive. Like, there was one point where we were like, my mom would be like, you can't come home if you're crying, because we would cry. We would like be so mad that we would lose. We would like all get upset. We'd like get so mad at each other. We would cry. She would be like, you can't come in the house until you're done crying.
Okay. How much do you know about your mom's playing days in college? She played at Missouri, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
A decent amount. I mean, we used to like watch her games when they had them on tape, but I know she was good.
Anything like you? I mean, is there anything that you have in your game that maybe she had?
She was a really good passer.
Okay.
And so she was a point guard. She could like pass really well.
Well, welcome to Stores.
Thank you.
Are there any other questions for Saylor?
Okay, so I'll just jump in fast. I know you've been asked a lot about basketball. What about the school aspect of things? Everything's virtual, but just how are you handling that? What classes are you taking, and how are you enjoying that?
I've definitely been enjoying it. I mean, it's school. I like school, but I like classes that I like enjoy to take. And I mean, it's like you said, it's online school. So it's been, I mean, I want a business major. I want to like come out of here and be able to do something. I haven't completely decided yet, but just like have something I can use for a lot of things. And I think that's like the biggest thing why I chose a business major is because you can kind of do anything with that.